just makes me feel on edge. You're coming into work, you're scanning the changing room before you start to undress. It's just uncomfortable, very uncomfortable.
It's disgraceful that nurses are ending up in tears prior to their shift. I mean, we are there to be an emotional support for our patients who are about to undergo surgery. And it's very difficult to do that if you're in a state of distress from having to change in front of a male.
We don't have any issue with trans people. We just want a safe space for us, a female-only space for us to get changed.
Now I know the trust policy, anybody can be in
Well,
there.
that's the problem.
You know, anyone who can identify as female can use that changing room.
I don't want to get changed in front of a biological man, and I don't want to see him getting changed neither. That's not what I want to see when I come into work.
And we're just wanting to talk about this and raise this issue so
Yeah.
that women are aware that there may be policies in their workplace, particularly in the NHS. We want other nurses to be aware of what their gender policy is. We became aware of a colleague who is biologically a male changing in our women's only changing room, and I'd raised a few of the nurses had come to me concerned about this issue, so I became an advocate for them and decided to raise the issue with senior members of the team, who then raised it with HR, and nothing seemed to happen for a long time.
Well, I was told about it about a year ago. One of our colleagues mentioned that we had a male using our changing room, and I thought, I'm not sure how I feel about that. And then obviously went into the changing room, heard this man's voice and thought, I don't like it. I don't feel comfortable. So therefore I waited to get changed, obviously until he'd gone. But that's probably about a year ago, and then we've been speaking to management about it since then. I mean, there was 26 girls on our ward that signed a letter to say that we felt uncomfortable in the changing room, and
it's quite a large changing room, and there's different sections, 3 sections.
It's kind of like a backwards E shape. You've got little offshoots.
So it's divided by a wall first, and then there are lockers. You can't kind of see past them, can you? So right at the very back is quite a vulnerable place, actually. In order to access the changing room, it's a key press, so you need to know a code. It's a very thick wooden door that kind of slams behind, so it's locked once somebody enters. You are very vulnerable in there, and there have been times when I've one occasion where I've been alone with Rose, just walked past them, but I remember thinking, and panicked slightly, because he's very masculine in the way he looks currently. So that was a bit of a shock for me.
I honestly was not expecting that at all. I was expecting them to sort of say, we didn't realise you all felt like this, let's see what we can do. We certainly didn't get that.
Basically, the conclusion of that meeting was, they're supporting Rose, and we all need to be educated. Specifically, me, I had to be educated in how to raise a concern. We had to broaden our mindset, be more inclusive, and compromise.
The trust aren't looking at it as a safety aspect for women, and that's what I find frustrating.
Yeah.
They're not caring that, from being very young, we're sort of brought up, aren't we, to be wary of, always take care when we're on our own, we have our phones by us at all, we always have someone at the end of the phone that we can ring if we feel unsafe. And then suddenly they're saying it's, female spaces are one of the last places that I think we should be able to feel safe in changing areas.
Yes,
female changing areas.
Essentially, it feels like the trust are telling us it's okay he has told us he identifies as a woman, so you're okay to get undressed in front of that person.
We weren't even consulted.
No.
You know, it wasn't even, how do you feel about, you know, he was just there.
And we're not transphobic. We believe that they need their own changing space that's safe for them.
We get transgender patients through our unit. We have had transgender patients through, and we've looked after them, and you know, we're nurses, we care about people, that's our job. And I don't think any of us would have gone into nursing if we didn't care about people. So it is an insult to make it. We've been made to feel like we've been bigots. I think we've all felt like, I don't know, uncertain of ourselves. It's almost like a gaslighting thing that you're made to feel that you're actually really awful.
And what people are saying to us, though, a lot of people saying, I think you're all really brave.
Yeah.
We shouldn't have to be
brave.
No, that's correct.
Why is that? It you know, we're frightened for you.
Yeah.
Why are people frightened for us speaking out? And that's a shame.
Yeah.
That's what it's come to.
Yeah, I'm hoping that women gain some courage from this and start to stand up for their single-sex spaces and protect them. I really do hope that women are brave and can see that we're being courageous, we're standing out.
I think the NHS and the government need to relook at the policies and provide safe spaces for everybody, don't they? They need to relook at the policy and not just, it's all right, you can use a woman's female space,